On a quiet night in 1865, inside the glowing halls of Ford's Theater, history took a heartbreaking turn. This is the story of courage, loss, and the night that changed America forever. Let's see how it all happened. Abraham Lincoln, a story of perseverance and unity. In the dense frontier forests of Hardin County, Kentucky, on February 12, 1809, a boy named Abraham Lincoln was born in a one-room log cabin. His parents, Thomas and Nancy Hanks Lincoln, were modest farmers struggling against poverty and the harshness of frontier life. Abraham's early years were marked by toil and sorrow. When he was just 9, his mother died of milk sickness, a common frontier illness. His father remarried a kindly woman, Sarah Bush Johnston, who nurtured Abraham's love of reading and learning. Despite having less than a year of formal schooling, Lincoln devoured every book he could find, from the Bible to Shakespeare. His early jobs were as rugged as the land itself, rail-splitting, farming, and working on flatboats that carried goods down the Mississippi River to Daishi, New Orleans. There, for the first time, Lincoln witnessed the horrors of slavery, a sight that would haunt and influence him for the rest of his life. In 1830, the Lincoln family moved to Illinois, where Abraham began to forge a new path. He worked as a storekeeper, surveyor, and postmaster in the small town of New Salem, while honing his skills as a storyteller and debater. His ambition carried him to politics, and in 1834, he was elected to the Illinois state legislature as a member of the Whig Party. During this time, Lincoln studied law diligently and was admitted to the bar in 1836. He married Mary Todd in 1842, a sharp and politically astute woman from a prominent Kentucky family. Their marriage was a tempestuous one, marked by profound love and periods of intense strain, but together they had 4 sons, though only one, Robert T., would survive into adulthood. Lincoln's political career ascended steadily. In a BO 846, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, where he vocally opposed the Mexican-American War and the spread of slavery into new territories. However, after one term, he returned to Illinois to practice law, gaining a reputation as a formidable and honest litigator, earning the enduring nickname, Honest Abe. The 1850s were a time of national division. The issue of slavery intensified by the Kansas-Nebraska Act and the Dred Scott decision, threatened to tear the nation apart. Lincoln reemerged into politics, alarmed at the spread of slavery. His debates with the Senator Stephen A. Douglas during the 1858 Illinois Senate race what electrified the nation. Though Lincoln lost the election, his eloquence and moral clarity, particularly in his declaration that a house divided against itself cannot stand, brought him to national prominence. In 1860, the fledgling Republican Party nominated him for president. His election victory in November was seen by the Southern states as a dire threat to slavery. In response, 11 Southern states seceded from the Union, forming the Confederate States of America. When Lincoln took the oath of office on March 4, 1861, the nation was already on the brink of war. The conflict exploded a month later at Fort Sumter. Lincoln, steady and resolute, committed himself to preserving the Union. Over 4 bloody years of civil war, he faced enormous pressures, military defeats, political opposition, and immense personal sorrow. One of Lincoln's defining acts was the issuance of the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863. Declaring that all slaves in Confederate-held territory were free. Though limited in immediate practical effect, it transformed the war into a moral crusade against slavery and paved the way for the 13th Amendment, which would abolish slavery entirely. Lincoln's leadership evolved throughout the war. He learned to manage generals, public opinion, and a fractious Congress. He balanced firmness with compassion, and he spoke to the soul of the nation. His speeches, most famously the Gettysburg Address, in November 1863, expressed deep truths. With stunning brevity, "Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth." By early 1865, the Union forces, led by General Ulysses S. Grant, were winning decisive victories. Lincoln was re-elected in 1864 with the promise of malice toward none, with charity for all. He envisioned a generous, conciliatory reconstruction to heal the nation's wounds. But Lincoln would not live to guide the peace. On the night of April 14, 1865, just days after Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse, Lincoln attended a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. There, the actor and Confederate sympathizer John Wilkes Booth fatally shot him. Lincoln died the next morning, becoming the first U.S. president to be assassinated. Mourning gripped the nation. Trains carrying Lincoln's body back to Springfield, Illinois, were met by millions of grieving Americans. He was laid to rest in Oak Ridge Cemetery on May 4, 1865. Today, Abraham Lincoln remains an enduring symbol of perseverance, justice, and the American ideal of equality. His life, rising from poverty to the presidency, guiding the nation through its darkest hour, and sacrificing everything for the cause of unity and freedom, is not just history. It is a testament to what courage, compassion, and conviction can achieve.